have anthems when the IGP steps in and as the program begins, where that's the Inspector General of Police being ushered in. And IGP, you are welcome.
I have to be sanitized first.
You will be sanitized when you are going here.
Okay.
Let us humble ourselves as we pray, as we communicate to our Creator. Almighty loving Father, we thank you for this time that you have given us. We thank you for the gift of life and for the gift of salvation. We thank
in Tinda Police, it is under Naguru 2, which has 33 villages. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to our Inspector General of Police for this day, for organizing this day. We have so many things that we really want to thank God, and we say, God, thank you so much for bringing in the Inspector General of Police. We thank the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for appointing the Inspector General of Police for all these beautiful activities which are taking place in Uganda Police. We are really very happy and so grateful that as I speak now, really, we have very, very, very good looking accommodation in Uganda Police. We are so proud if we go out there and we stand with the people in other communities. We are so proud to express our status as being residents, wives of Uganda Police Force. We are so grateful. We pray the God, the living God, continue to bless you in your work that you have started and you complete the task that is ahead of you. We are not appreciating only the accommodation. Sincerely, we used to have insecurity was too much in these barracks. But we are really so blessed that immediately you stepped in the office, perimeter wall, which we expected to be erected probably in 2 to 5 years, is almost done, has moved extra mile. Great achievement for us. And really the level of insecurity has greatly reduced in our community. We are so grateful. When we look at the barracks, our community of the barracks, we used to have electricity load shedding, which we could have electricity only at night. At daytime, we could not have electricity. And because of that, the level of conflict had gone extremely high. And you would wonder what could be the problem. Buying charcoal was really so stressing. A bag of charcoal had gone up to 80 to 100,000. Imagine for a police officer to buy every day. So we are really so grateful because From the time the Inspector General stepped in the office, we are having electricity. It is constant, and the level of conflict has reduced. We are so proud of you, our Inspector General of Police. Soon I will compose a song to appreciate you. We are really happy because so many things. I'm really so overwhelmed. If you moved around, you are going to find that our sewage system, which used to be blocked each and every moment, they are really working upon it. And we really pray that very soon everything will be put right. I want to summarize with a humble plea. My humble plea. If something is supposed to be put in place in a specific point, and there is a house which is there, I request you that please give my people ample time, probably 1 week or 2 weeks, so that they get ready to relocate for that point, so that we see the prosperity of our barracks. We are so grateful for all the good work done. I pray and I bless you as Nalongo. I'm the mother of twins, and I believe my blessing is going to be there for you now and forever. We are really so proud of you. Your work is so wonderful. We appreciate you, and we pray that may the good Lord continue to bless you each and every moment that you continue doing your work. I don't forget to thank our administrators of the barracks, the director of FFU base. We are so grateful. Commandant barracks, the commandant admin of the barracks. We are so grateful for the mentorship that they are really giving the people of the community. Previously, women used to wait for the caveras from their husbands, but because of their effort, they have put help to make sure that women are in groups. They have formed a number of groups where they are engaged in very many income-generating activities. We are really so grateful. We don't forget to thank you. And lastly, we thank all the police officers for the care they are giving their families. May the good Lord bless all of you. Thank you. I say all this for God and my country.
Of the construction for accommodation block for the Uganda Police Force, which the one directly behind me, that was phase 1, and phase 2 was the one over the other side, which is the 100-unit block. The one behind me is 420 units. What we are launching today is phase 3, which you ably came and made sure you tune top management to emphasize that we must improve the welfare of our families. Improving welfare of our families ultimately means we must have a good accommodation for our men to be able to go and work comfortably and ensure that while they are working, their families are in a good environment and they're safe. I remember you took an initiative to put a special park to ensure that we correct our direction, and you emphasized and made sure that this time round we come and look at all the accommodation problems of Kampala Metropolitan. And instantly this drove us to make sure we revise our work plans. And we revised the work plans, and we made sure these work plans were approved by the Minister of Finance, and I take the opportunity to thank the Undersecretary for fast-tracking this approval. We also had to come up with the plan to make sure this third phase is quite a phase that should have an impact. So this particular units we are going to put up comprises of 1,200 units. this is approximately 20 blocks of building that are going to be on this ground, starting from the other blocks, going over up to the other side. Each block will accommodate 60 families in a well-built environment. And we don't take this for granted. We thank you for your efforts, and through you we thank the Minister of Internal Affairs, and still through you we thank His Excellency the President for looking into the issues of accommodation for the police force. Sir, we have prepared a very strong team to make sure we support you. The engineering team you see over here have been having sleepless nights. We took the decision as top management to make sure we improve the welfare of the police, and we made sure that we do all the changes within the shortest time possible. And of course, all this job we are going to do, the 1,200 units, will be done by our technical team. And this one, I can assure you, it will be put up within a record time. That's why we have decided to make sure some of our suppliers come and witness this, so that tomorrow nobody turns around and say we could not do this, because it is something we have already put our effort to. You recall we had taken Naguru as one of our starting points, but we had 4 barracks that we had identified. One was this one of Naguru Ntinda Barracks, then Kireka Barracks, which we shall take on after here, then Zambia Barracks, and then Fire Brigade. Then eventually we shall have to roll out to all the other barracks within the metropolitan. And I believe with your support, sir, this will be done in a very few years from now, before we retire. We would feel that we should retire and leave a better police force, and we are going to make sure we give you all the support you need. We are going to make sure we stand with you, and we thank you for having taken your time to come and be with us. I would not want to take much of your time.
Sir, our chief guest, the Inspector General of Police, Afanda Byakagaba, all the directors present, the deputy directors present, senior police officers in your respective capacities, our clergy, the suppliers, our technical team in a special way, because having a vision is different. Having a mission is different. Laying strategies to achieve the vision through the mission is different. But implementing is very key. So there are very many programs well laid in paper, in people's minds, but to implement is always difficult. I find what we are witnessing today is a testament, and that what you thought of is coming to pass. Sir, I'm deeply honored as the Director of Welfare to stand before you and all the esteemed members of this gathering this morning, not just to witness groundbreaking ceremony, but a moment of real transformation of the Uganda Police Force. Sir, today we break ground of the 1,200 housing units, not just structures of bricks and mortar, but symbols of dignity, stability, commitment to the welfare of our officers and their families. The journey to this has been shaped by collective efforts, vision, and unrelenting dedication to improving the lives of those who serve our country, Uganda, with honor and sacrifice. Adequate housing is not a privilege, it is a right and a cornerstone of effective service delivery. Afande and everyone present here, you bear me witness that the living conditions of a police officer directly or indirectly influences performance. Sir, this milestone is part of a broader and a deliberate strategy under the welfare agenda to address key welfare needs from accommodation, health care, education, and economic empowerment. It reflects shared belief that investing in our officers, investing in our officers is investing in the strength and stability of the entire police force. Afande, as we are aware of the broader picture of our mandate, of our contribution to the national development, that we must ensure safety and security, ensure a very good environment for other businesses that contribute to national development, where they can thrive. So it is very key that we put the police officer who directly participates in providing that environment as a very important person whose environment is looked at, and we are here to witness it today. I see appreciation to you, the Inspector General of Police, the entire police top management, and in a special way, the Director of Logistics and Engineering for stepping on the ground running. Sir, when I was coming, the perimeter wall, as Nalongo said, sincerely, much as internally here we still have the accommodation which is not in a good shape, but at least the perimeter wall has provided that safe environment. And I know we are going to have the very good reasons to improve inside when we have already protected our families. So Director of Logistics and Engineering with your entire team, thank you very much for exhibiting this energy. Fanda abana bagambye amanyi manji, a lot of energy, and we should not really reduce on it, but keep on strengthening. We want to appreciate through you, sir, the President, for always supporting us and considering us, our ministry for coming in handy to always guide us. I want to appreciate the families and police officers for being resilient, that you did not tire even when the conditions were not very good. And hopefully at the completion, and we come and commission, that we shall take good care of this infrastructure so that it gives us a milestone to add on more and more to accommodate each and every one.
With our technical support person,
our suppliers, the Reverend, our spouses, members of the press, all invited guests this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is indeed a very, very great day for me. And I'm saying it not because all speeches have to start like that. I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart, because the activity we are participating in today is a very, very important activity as far as I'm concerned, because it touches on the welfare of our people, the people who support us as management of the Uganda Police Force, the people who support us to achieve what this country tasks us to do via the Constitution. In summary, it is something to cater for our weight lifters. If you want me to use the local language, it is to support our kanyamas, the people we value most and the people we should and must value most. So that's why this is really very great for us. And indeed, I know I don't have the luxury to go into the details, but the speakers before me of why we are particularly here today, I'm clearly aware the Uganda Police, and by this let me thank my predecessors for the plans they have all had, they had before me, and the implementation of what we can see on this side. But I want to say to me and my team, this is a little bit special. And if you realize, we are now talking about 1,200 units. And this did not come by accident. And with your permission, I know we have to manage this time, but I want it to sink into all our hearts. And I want to share with you the trigger, especially the residents, our people who stay here. If you remember, we had a nasty incident here in the barracks where we lost lives. And I came to commiserate, to also be together with those who had lost their loved ones. But I reached the barracks. First of all, even movement to where the incident had taken place was a problem. It had rained. And those who were there, I remember the commander FFU was there, the director counterterrorism, and the residents were there. I found the environment not tenable, even for me to address my people. And it touched me. That same day, I called for management meeting. And we had a meeting as management, the directors, and the members of the policy advisory committee. And I shared with them my immediate experience that same day. And I told them that we need and we must change our priorities immediately because of what I had just experienced. And I would like to thank my colleagues. They immediately shared and accepted my views, because the whole idea was, let us adjust on our priorities in as far as our resource envelope is concerned. And our priorities, among priorities, we agreed is offering decent accommodation to our police officers and their families in the whole country. This is our biggest priority currently, and I felt I should share this with you, and we are determined as a team to provide this. We adjusted our budget, and what we are witnessing here is because of that adjustment. We agreed to adjust. We sought for permission from the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Finance was kind enough to allow us to adjust, because I think everyone observed and agreed that the issue of accommodation is something you cannot wait for. And therefore, for me coming here to officiate gives me immense pride and pleasure. But again, it also gives me more energy. I'm glad that I'm among those who are witnessing the environment as we start. And I'm looking forward to seeing another picture when the handover will be taking place. And I want to emphasize that we need to finish this project yesterday. To finish it yesterday, because time is not on our side. There is a lot more to do. The Director of Logistics and Engineering has explained to us, only for Kampala, you can see there is a lot to do. But we are also many who can do a lot. And therefore, the work ahead of us looks big, but it is actually not very big, depending on how we decide and resolve. One of the resolutions that I think we have made, but again, allow me, colleagues and friends, first of all, to thank His Excellency the President of this country. Because I think, allow me even to quote the first time I met him official as the Inspector General of Police. I hope I'll quote him properly. He said, "It makes me very, very unhappy to see my people," now meaning the police officers and their families, living under those bad conditions. We were in Entebbe, and I still remember that. Maybe that is part of the driving force on me to ensure that I really satisfy the wishes of His Excellency the President of this country. Done that, because I really need to express to you the efforts that are going on. I don't want to put a lot I cannot even talk about success as of now. A lot of good things on myself, but I think there are so many participants. But the biggest participant is the HE, the president, our ministers. They have all their commitments. If I had time, I would explain to you the other project proposals they have in mind, among others like this one. The concerns of the colleagues I sit with on management are very strong and immense. So for me, apart from only being the leader, maybe I will enjoy that success, but the real heavy lifting, the Akanyamas below me, the people you see seated there, and those who are not with us, the people here, the technical people, the engineers, these are the real lifters. And we are all depending on them. And maybe the other part I should share is that we have agreed. These ladies and gentlemen, we are going to depend on them 2,000% to deliver what we would like to be delivered to us as engineers. In other words, we are emphasizing internal capacity of our engineering unit to be able to provide. Our good suppliers kindly work with us, also own what we are doing, so that we can provide this accommodation at the lowest cost. And maybe what I need to share also among the efforts, we also requested PPDA to allow us to begin going direct to buy items other than going through the procurement process. And that has also been granted. To me and my team, the future is very clear and bright, and I want to share this message to our spouses and the police officers, and to make it cheaper. And I was seriously gratified when HE mentioned it in Entebbe. He said, can't you also help yourselves by supporting yourselves, let's say, for example, making the blocks, participating, and even calling upon the good-willing people who may not necessarily be police officers to help into at least the provision of these blocks using our own internal capacity. And this one we are following very, very religiously. On my part, I promise we are going to acquire the block making machines, and then we are going to make the blocks. Inspector General of Police is going to participate also. I'm going also to make blocks. I'm even yet to mention how many, but I'm very sure I'm going to make many blocks, even more than 100. What is 100? And this is a commitment. I'm going, not really directing for the making of blocks. I am going to make blocks. And part of my purpose here is to mobilize you. Let us work together and sort out this accommodation problem. I would have shared with with you a small saying. I hope I still remember it properly. I think it's to do with a goat. Where I come from, I hope when I mention a few will understand it. That small, let me say it in English. The small tail, I mean the goat with this small tail uses it to clean where it is going to stay. Then the other bigger one is that I don't know how to interpret it, but in my language you call it ebikoba byembogo. Ebikoba byembogo means basically the skin, I think. Ebikoba byembogo byeyiha byonka omubuhya. You see, obuhya is that trap. You remember a long time ago they used to dig holes and put some sharp objects, so that when that animal comes without knowing, it lands there and these they spear the animal. But it is that buffalo on its own. First of all, the skin is tough. It might actually survive the spears. And then, but it is upon that buffalo on its own to get itself out of that problem. And for me, that saying is so good because my totem is that animal. So I'm really I'm happy that I'm using the same animal. I can go on and on talking, but I think I'm one person who believes in talking less as long as most of the things are written down. And the real people who have ideas are not me. Me, I'm only your leader, but I can't have ideas better than all of you. The only thing I can do is to call upon you to own this project, to own this vision, where we should take the shortest time possible to achieve this. Then we go into other phases of activities. For example, I'm aware last time when it rained, a good number of people lost some of their property. I saw the dead chicken. Maybe I want you to know that whatever happens, I'm informed by your leaders, which is also very good. I saw the dead chicken. I saw the officers walking, trying to look for a direction, how to reach their places. I saw water having interfered with our environment. I saw how people were unable even to know where to place their mattresses. We must chase away all those conditions, and we are going to chase them away in record time, working together with you. Those where we are able to do, like me and you, different from these engineers, we are ready to do. We shall use our energy. The engineers will use both energy and our brain. Engineers, we are reserving it. But we are giving you the energy. So this is just the project of 1,200, but I want us to look for more resources to continue until we finish this area, so that we can be able to move to another area. Someone passed here recently. Now this is for the engineers. Someone was asking, at times some of us are laymen. He was saying, why did you only stop at floor 4-5? Is it possible to move a little bit, to get a little bit higher? Now this is for the engineers, because for me I might want to go so high and they will say, that building will collapse. So that's another challenge. Engineers, especially our lead, help us to do things which are going also to stand the test of time. Things that will be there, because you can see, you see these structures here, they are almost not very different from the other ones. And I think the other ones were built when a good number of you were not born. So when we are doing something today, can it be slightly, a little bit different? And then can we also think about making the environment so good that it even has open spaces, children's playing areas, maybe some canteen areas, so that there is very proper planning of our environment. Mabati, we are going to chase it away, God willing. Can we have a semblance of Mirembe villas in Naguru? Something like that. Now, colleagues, come. It was not intentional. It was not intentional. It's just because I was just eager to begin talking after the Master of Ceremonies had declared all of us through you. So I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for the kind words you have given us. We are not going to let you down. We are going to remain focused. And I believe we are going to achieve. Having said that, allow me to end my communication to you, but also again thank His Excellency the President for the great support he has continued to give us. Even I'm sure, I don't know whether my colleagues keep sharing, like now we have a very big flagship project of the sub-county policing model. I would also like all of us to embrace it. And I want to give you another message, that very soon there is going to be a very interesting message from the people who have gone to the sub-counties. I want to promise you this. You are going to see it. I will not mention it, but you will hear about it. So, I thank you very much for God and my country. God bless you all.
It was really a very moving communication, sir, which will take place on my left. You will be our teams of engineers. You can guide that. I know. Mic testing. Ladies and gentlemen, the IGP is moving in. May we have a technical person?
That's the team of engineers who are going to I'll give a brief overview of the project, then I'll allow give us details and also acres for 1,200 units. As the director explained earlier, it's 6 blocks. Here now is the one on the right-hand side of that diagram. We have playgrounds. They have not yet been detailed. There will be various types of playgrounds in the middle, and parking, which is right around that area that leads into the first phase of 2 blocks, each with a quadrangle in the middle. And so if you look on the upper side, the faded structures, those are the originally, but the funding was not coming very well, so we stopped at 7, and it took us about 7 years. But hopefully the lower project that we're starting today will move much faster than that.
What is the estimated time?
1 year from.
And we should finish them in 1 year.
Yes, sir. So, sir, let me allow the commissioner for post construction to give us other details
of our design. Like Mr. Sozia said, yes, you talked about the playgrounds. We have provided ample green where our family members can enjoy their accommodation, where they can do their laundry, where they can put canteens. So there's ample space in there. But this time around, we are very much cognizant of land being Naguru, so that's why we are having 1,200 apartments on 9.5 acres. Those are 420. They are on 7.5 acres, meaning that each block there is seated on approximately an acre. Here, each block will be seated on approximately half an acre. So we are cognizant on space. Sir, the blocks, I want also to touch a bit on the concern. You said, why don't we go higher than that? Why we limited to that level, that is 1 plus 3, past that we need to install the lifts. So that's why at the moment we are aiming at that. So once you go higher than that, we need to operate, that is building standards.
We shall install the lift.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we are as...
When we get the problem, we shall know where we sleep.
Thank you, sir.
So that's plan.
Thank you, sir. Sir, before you, is a team of just, I need just a quick introduction, sir, for at least for the core team. This was set up, managed by the core team of police. So that's actually indicating capacity. These 20 blocks are divided, they are going to be, the site is going to be divided into 2. So that is the form I'm going to put the first block.
This one you have. So what begins first? You just show me that
excuse me, sir. Going to go there. This place is already dry. So the begin place
I go the whole area. Like this. This enough. I want to be the best. Omiko is here. So I might be the whole area. So I use the Omiko. Because otherwise now, how shall I make the block? I'm almost in front of the people here. This enough? You might remove it when I yeah, I know this is here. You remove the thing. No, see me now. How does it go there? Like this, eh? I can do it. You are lying. You make it straight. I don't want you to do it again. I don't want you to do it again. Another one who works on this one. I don't want you to do it again. Yeah, I know these people.
This is a very maiden occasion. So IGP, let me return you to the engineer.
Thank you very much.
So the next step is you go.
Jambo namna gani? He's the operator?
Yes, he's the operator.
Now, you have not told me.
Stand there.
No. You operate, you come. You what?
No one. We rotate. I will. We rotate.
Be careful. So when you are you just hold. Holding it. But it is holding.
So we extend.
Era sagala nokubayita bawansi be basirikale betutandikirako naye bakulu nnyo kuffe olwokuba omulimu ogusinga be bakola ki be bagukola mbawa nti babeere ekisookera ddala babeere n'okusuubira kungi naye ate obubaka obulala nti kino ekintu kye tukola kyaffe ffenna nabo bakiteeke mu mutwe we baba waliwo buli omu kyasobola okukontributinga ffenna tujja kiteekako nange neeyamye okuteekako amaanyi gange nkoleko ku bulooka ezinaazimbako ku nnyumba era ffenna tujja kukolera wamu twagala buli omu abeere mu mbeera eyeeyagaza ennyumba pulaani ez'okuzikuuma nazo weeziri naye tugenda kufuna ennyumba okusookera ddala ne pulaani endala olw'okuba wawulidde nga boogera ku masanyalaze kati tusasula sente nyingi naye nze nagamba nti waliwo alternative endala y'obutasasula sente teriiwo abasirikale babeere n'amasanyalaze naye nga tukola tugezaako okulaba oba sola enaatusobozesa okutuuka we tutuuka oba tuyinza okufuna solutions endala zonna byonna ebyo tubitunulamu naye ekikulu kiri nti tulina okweyama ate tuli committed tujja kukola kyonna ekisoboka tulabe nti abasirikale baffe bali mu mbeera nnungi era tujja kukolera wamu ffe abasirikale naye n'abantu abatwagaliza nabo tubayita bw'aba naye asobola okukola bulooka emu bbiri tujja kusanyuka nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Assistant Inspector General of Police Dr. Hadija Namutebi, Director wa Welfare Production ne Sports mu Uganda Police Force, nga ndi musanyufu nnyo olwaleero nga 3 Ogwokuna mwaka 2025 okubanga tuli wano okuteekako ettafaali erisoose ku projekiti ey'okuzimbira abasirikale amayumba 1,200 nga bwe mumanyi poliisi ebigambo by'okusula bye bimu ku ebyo ebibadde bitusoomooza era nga oba oli awo era bisoomooza n'engeri gye tukolamu emirimu gyaffe naye tuli basanyufu nti ennyumba zino zigenda okuzimbibwa zigenda kuyambako abasirikale okubeera nga basula bulungi ne famire zaabwe ate kibayambeko n'okuba nga bakola emirimu gyabwe obulungi. Twagala okwebaza gavumenti yaffe eya Uganda olwa sapooti yonna gyetuwadde ate ennyo Inspector General wa Police akitaddemu nnyo amaanyi okuteeka ku mwanjo welfare y'abasirikale naye ate era akensuso twagala okwebaza Director waffe ne ttiimu ye yonna owa Logistics and Engineering okulaba nga project eno bagikozeeko enteekateeka yonna okulaba nga olwaleero tusima omusingi ku mayumba gano agagenda okuzimbibwa era twagala okwashwaringa abasirikale baffe nti police management yasalawo okuteeka ku mwanjo ebya welfare naddala mu accommodation okulaba nga abasirikale basula bulungi kibayambeko okola emirimu gyabwe emirungi. So bino byebimu ku welfare programs tulina ebya welfare ebirala bingi nnyo income generation activities ebyobujjanjabi ebyendya ebyokwambala kale tuli basanyufu olwakino ekitandikibwawo olwaleero naddala mu bintu okulaba nga abasirikale basula bulungi. So tweyanziza buli muntu yenna atuwadde support era nga n'abasirikale baffe bonna abali mu barracks tubasaba nti babeere abasaale okulaba nga projekiti eno egguka kubanga egenda kuyamba ffe ffenna naddala nga tusula obulungi n'okola emirimu gyaffe obulungi.